I think internally, we as a team, Women in Product and the TPF team internally have been discussing about this idea, brainstorming about this idea of creating a community or safe space for women in product. And today with this event, we mark the beginning of the Women in Product initiative to be able to learn, grow, network, and support each other at every step they take.
So excited to have Sairi Chahal with us today. So just to introduce her, Sairi is a serial entrepreneur, mom, angel investor, evangelist for women's internet, and a board member. She currently runs Shiros, an online ecosystem for women, offering support, entrepreneurial and employment opportunities, content, and community. And she's also running Mahila Money, which is a community neobank for women.
Let me start by sharing something that's super personal and what sort of has been a personal experience for me. We started building Shiros in about 2014, but before that I built a small startup called Flexi Moms, which was really in some ways the first time somebody spoke about women and their professional aspirations in the new economy on the internet and so on and so forth. Interestingly, Shiros was the first platform that spoke about women-only safe spaces. And for us, a lot of women demanded and appreciated that. So what we realized was that it really mattered to our users that they feel safe, they don't feel judged. And we all do well when we don't feel judged. And typical teen behavior as well, that nobody wants to be judged and otherwise we rebel or we look for alternates. So that was the context of safe spaces. And now I think it's our playbook. We've just launched Mahila Money as a neobank, and it's a fintech, and technically we're not really sort of doing a lot of what we do at Shiros, but we realized making it very specific to needs of women is working in our favor, and we continue to invest in that thesis. So a couple of weeks ago, there was this offline meetup, and my first sort of big meetup after COVID. And I land up in this room. It was a founders meetup, founders and VCs. There are 40 people in the room. Guess how many women in the room? I was the only woman in the room. Common thing between women we serve across Shiros and Mahila Money, that each of them has an aspiration. Built my first company in 99. That's how I got introduced to product. So interestingly, don't come from tech, didn't study tech, but have built products all my life now.
What was the one biggest challenge while you were building your baby, which you faced, and how did you achieve it?
A lot of this is about endurance, right? That whosoever lasts longer on the field, and I think a lot of our job in our own careers and our own difficult projects is to build endurance. And sometimes a lot of this is just literally showing up very clinically every day. Can you imagine the power of compounding? And I'm sure as product folks, you know the power of compounding.
Is it very common to get lonely as a woman as you go up, or is it something that I can overcome by doing something? Just wanted to have a quick chat on this topic.
I'll encourage you to cultivate strong relationships with strong women. It's important to cultivate, I think, peer relationships and mentor relationships outside of your workplace. And the truth is, you will also not be in the same workplace all the time. You will change your workplace. But this network you will get.
Want to ask the founders for an appraisal, but I am so shying away from that money conversation.
Don't slot yourself. You're a person who has a life, and your life is much bigger than any role you will have. And the reason I say this is, I think at heart, everybody values value, and be the 10x professional and continue to work towards that, because I want to tell you, if you're that professional, you will not need to have this conversation, because your own career will carry you and take you places. The work will do so much talking, and don't just worry about going from 8 p.m. to a PM. Really sort of think about how much delta can I bring to the situation? And sometimes, that delta can come in different ways. It can come from really moving the needle, that one metric that matters. If I was you, I would probably document everything. Make it easy for other people to take a decision on it, because then it's just referenceable, and you can meet to just discuss that document and say, hey, like, folks, this is how I have been, and this is what I have created. And then you're going with facts. It just brings a lot more credibility to the table. Look, I think it's good to sort of educate us about common challenges, because as PMs, it's good to have multidisciplinary view of the world. I think a great PM is somebody whose view of the world is not singular, and you're able to use design and philosophy and computer science and physics and culinary sciences to solve a problem.
How do you think can somebody from such communities, step up on such representational, such organizational levels to represent these issues?
But as a PM, my submission to you is, one, educate yourself on this gender gap, because the more you're aware about, and like they say, use data to make decisions.
They've offered a role where I do both tech and product, where what is happening is, initially when you join a company, you have to like prove yourself that you're worth at something, and then pick up the role which you are aiming for. So, and like I did work on a very tiny feature of product, but then again I went back to tech or the coding part where I had to concentrate more. So now like I lost the touch of it. Like it's really difficult for me to to draw the line, to pick the new task, and transform from one role to another. I've heard a lot of people also say that hey, you need MBA to be a product manager.
Your career is a long game. Play the long game by thinking more like a business owner, by being more entrepreneurial and solving hard problems. Then what will happen is some of these tactical issues will crumble away. The most interesting thing about building products is that you're forever in a Ivy League school. You're learning how to build real time. You're thinking about theories. You're looking up data. It's like being in Harvard all your life.
And again, thank you so much. I'm sure everybody really enjoyed this. People were relating to the questions. The answers were just so insightful. The chat has been super active. Thank you so much, Sairi, again for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Take care.